Our tracks on the beat.
Meet up in New York City. I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up, what up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris. Good morning. Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain podcast. I am your host, Abby Harris. I do this each and every day where I talk about tech, Web3, what's happening, what you're doing, what you need to know. That's right. As we get into it today's topics, we will be talking about why is Bitcoin dumping? Is Bitcoin supply running out? Worldcoin launches blockchain network. Why hip hop stars love crypto. We're going to definitely talk about that topic. And how much is gold bars worth? Google fires 28 employees. And what is trending on Twitter? Thank you for tuning into Beyond the Blockchain podcast. You know, every day, daily, I provide information, right? Excuse me, let me get my mic out the way. I provide information on what is happening in the space, and some people tune in and they get a little brief second, and then some people don't. But you know, the person that always tells you, "I told you so." I'm the person that don't tell you, "I told you so." If you haven't tuned in and tapped in, you know, to the network, then I don't know what you're doing, right? Because we are a community, and within my community that I am building, you know, it's so funny because usually when you are starting a new trend or you in a new sector, right? People don't pay attention until after the fact. After the fact, then people are gonna go back to some of my videos and be like, "Yo, I remember when you was talking about this when it was 1 cent. Yo, I remember when you was talking about this when it just started." And that's what this thing is about. What's new? What's hype? What's happening? Right? I talked about Ghostface releasing his Wu-Tang NFT. I talked about um, Buster with his NFT. You know, I talk about a lot of things. I also talk about educating, right? Because if you're not getting the same information or the information that you need to where you can understand it, then it all sounds gibberish. There's a lot of times that people have called me and said, "Yo, I don't know what you're talking about." If you like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I had to understand that because I've been in it so long, and I've been on a certain type of level of information that I have obtained and understanding terms and definitions and just how things work. I realize that I have to bring it down a level or two. So I do, once again, Web Network is my community that I have built. Um, it's a community of resources. That's what it is. So if you haven't got a chance to get into the network, please do so. Follow up, see what's happening as we move on to our Bitcoin prices today. Uh, Bitcoin is at $63,000 right now. Okay. This is the 1 minute. I want to see the 1 day. Okay. This is what I want to see. It dropped down in a day 61,000, right? And we've been having conversations and watching Crypto Rover, right? And his analyze and his predictions of where he wants to get into this trade that's going to change his life. Okay. Now, I just like to just say that this is not financial advice. I talk about things that I feel that are important or that leading the trend. Okay, like I said, I always talk about new things. So as we talking about specifically about the market itself, right? And having opportunity to actually get into the market and figure out what opportunities that you want to have or what opportunities that you want to take, right? To take advantage of a financial opportunity within using crypto, right? Or web crypto, so to say. Because in the beginning of these my shows, I talk about coins, I talk about what's happening in the market, things that I would take the opportunity to invest in. Like these are things that I would personally do, right? Um, I'm not here talking about this because I'm trying to finesse you. You don't even have to tune into my show or even bother if you have that idea and concept, right? I'm bringing this to you because this is an opportunity. This is world changing, life changing opportunity. And like some of my peers know that I am very well ahead of the game in this space to where having a knowledge of what some of this stuff is, right? And in the space that where we at into meme coins and how I personally feel about um, real world impact stuff, right? Because I am a futurist. I am a technologist. I love technology. I love the future of technology. I love the opportunity that it presents. And I always talk about how um, the one thing that we all have that changed everything in our life is the TV remote. I don't know, some people have been born with a TV remote. I was one of those kids that when we came up, there was no TV remote. I was the TV remote, right? That's what it was. I was the TV remote, right? So just think about it. At some point in time, there was only 11 channels, right? And or 12 channels, right? And with the TV remote, it changed. That form of technology changed how we function all the way from job opportunities to television shows to all types of stuff. So I this is how I feel. The TV remote is a form of technology that changed the world suddenly, right? And that's how I feel about crypto. Some of these technologies and some of these things that they are building will help in the functionality. It's not all about chasing coin dreams and seeing how much you can make. It's not all about that. Some of this stuff is real world, real life, real changing opportunities that you can actually have. So, saying that, moving on, hmm, why is Bitcoin dumping? Okay, there's a few things. Number one, they want you to believe that Bitcoin is dumping because of the war, which may have something to do with it, but technically it does not. If you've been paying attention to my past shows and the past patterns that has been happening, we are all clear that there was going to be a spike and a at least a 20% correction right before the Bitcoin halving, which is happening on April 20th, right? We all know this. But because of fear and fake news and information and taglines and headlines and trending, they want you to have this belief that this is real world things or reflect, right? Also, they try to scare you out of selling your Bitcoin, right? Cashing out of your Bitcoin, right? That's what they try to do. So, my favorite guy, Ash Crypto, why is Bitcoin dumping? Iran Israel war situation. That's one. Just a few minutes ago, former Mossad intelligence chief said that there could be a strike Iran nuclear facilities. This massive statement could be led to World War III situation, right? Powell turning hawkish. Yesterday, Powell said that they're still not very confident about the inflation that could happen in the interest rates. So you have the interest rates, you have the war, right? And retail greed. This is the most important one right here. Retailers have become too greedy and longing every dip with high leverage. You understand what I'm saying? Despite recent corrections, because we're going to have corrections, the funding rate was still positive, which shows that the market is still greedy. Unless until we see full reset or even negative funding for some time, the market could keep going sideways and down. And that's why we're here. But once again, this is just an increment into why this is going down. We was already having the clarity that we are looking for that $58,000 number, 59,000 number from listening to from listening to the Crypto Rover. He has been very precise in some of his analytics that he's been saying. So if you're paying attention and you dollar cost averaging, then all of this is fake news and it doesn't mean anything to you. You just stick in the game, you dollar cost average, and just wait. That's all this is. This game is a game of patience.
I believe that this is the level we should be looking at. This support box right here. Why? Is because first of all, in every single correction so far in this Bitcoin bull market, we tend to see 20% corrections as the maximum correction. And yes, if we were to be getting a 20% correction, it would be putting Bitcoin down somewhere to 58,000 to 60,000 US dollars. And
So if we've been talking about this correction happening, right? We only a few $1,000s away from this correction, but the fear mongers, right? The news, the fake news, the I don't know, I gotta come up with a name for it. They want you to believe, right, that they want you to believe that the information that they're force feeding you for you to sell all your crypto, right? They want to give you that fear factor. Sell it, sell, 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 right? But you have to be smart about this.
I think that that is going to be the region where Bitcoin is going to be bottoming out here. Currently, on the minute short term, we're creating a bullish divergence, but I am very much aware Bitcoin can still go lower. And actually, if it were to be going lower, I think the opportunity is only going to become bigger. And I truly
Once again, what does going low means? Sale. So even if Bitcoin goes down, it's a sale, guys. You just buy, 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 buy. Use the buy button. It's like Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy in Trading Places. Buy, buy, buy.
truly hope Bitcoin is going to come towards this second line here in this orange box. But like I stated many times before on the channel, I think that this orange box right here is the best buy range for Bitcoin, because what Bitcoin always does here, because there's a lot of untapped liquidity in the market right here, is take out the liquidity and then moves back towards the upside. So that is what I'm aiming, and that is what I'm expecting could be happening on Bitcoin. It takes
So, do you need any more information? Moving on. Now, once again, here's the fearmonger to show you some fear. JP Morgan says bank giants such as JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs are not so confident about the top cryptocurrency. Why is that? Because they want you to sell. The bank has predicted a decline in value of the world's largest crypto due to overbought market conditions. This is what they want you to believe. We already knew it was going to be a 20% correction, but they want you to believe this. And the only reason is overbought market conditions, but they came in with all of these ETFs that they bought, right? That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. It says, moreover, cryptocurrency price at approximately 61,200 remains above bank volatility. Adjusted comparison of gold for 45,000 reports. Says Bitcoin halving will occur around April 19th and 20th, cutting the current mining rate to 3.125 Bitcoin from 6.125. Halving is an integral part of Bitcoin's blockchain system, which creates a monetary system that controls inflation. After briefly dropping 60,000 a day earlier, Bitcoin was down 1.2% Thursday morning, hovering around 62. So, once again, I'm not going to get into this because this is all gibberish, right? This is gibberish. Moving on. Bitcoin supplies run out on exchanges in 9 months. Bybit. Once again, if the exchanges don't have no more Bitcoin and the limit of how many Bitcoin is being cut, guess what? That means that it will be exclusively valued at a crazy number. So as long as you dollar cost averaging in, when you read these articles, and that's why I'm glad I'm getting a chance to talk to you with these articles. When you read these articles, you got to read in between the lines, because in between the lines is where the information is. Worldcoin launches its own human-centric blockchain network. Worldcoin introduces a new blockchain incentive designed to prioritize human users, enhance efficiency, and foster real-world utility in Web3 applications. Okay, this is very interesting. Worldcoin surpasses 10 million ID created, 75 million completed transactions, signaling project rapid expansion. Its own dedicated network has been designed to scale alongside the border of Ethereum network as a layer 2 to meet the project's needs. Okay, so guys, you know what I do. What we do, we're going to go to the website. Introducing Worldcoin, your blockchain for humans. What is a blockchain for humans? I'm curious. For humans, it will be open for everyone to verify. Humans will get priority blockchain over bots, as well as gas allowance for casual transactions. Developers will be able to reach millions of these real users around the world with apps focused on utility for everyday life. This sounds very interesting. The network will be deeply integrated with the Worldcoin protocol to accelerate growth and leverage the world's ID proof of personhood. Uh-oh. It will also be secured as Ethereum as an layer 2 engineered for scalability with the superchain ecosystem. Importantly, it will be permissionless, open source, intended for ultimately be independent, governed by the community. This sounds like United Colors of Crypto. Do you want to mint this announcement? Okay. Proof of personhood, decentralized financing. Okay, 10 million people is the map for humans. It's very interesting. Priority in gas for humans. 80% of transactions are automated. Worldcoin addresses this with World ID, just the people in the World ID, to anonymously prove their humanity on the apps like Discord servers and Shreddit. Subreddit. Very interesting. It's very interesting. Real world apps for millions. It's going to be something like a Cash App. This is very interesting. Future Worldcoin grants include recent announcement of Wave 1 program, which will support developers and communities and will also be eligible for construction. Very interesting. You guys know how I like to make sure that my community is updated with the right information for grants and other information. Y'all know. There we go. Okay, guys. On that note, we're going to move forward. This information will definitely be in the Telegram group. Actually, you know what? I am going to do the things that we do. This is what we do. Funding all things. New grant information, guys. Boom. And I'm going to pin it. Boom. This is the benefits of being a part of the web network. Moving on. Bitcoin, do or die. Trying why hip hop stars love crypto. From Snoop, Ghostface, Killer, hip hop, Web3 makes a perfect pair. So why does rappers love crypto? I'm going to start off like this. Crypto and music, first of all music artists are entrepreneurs. It is a business within itself. They have their product, their products are lyrics, songs, and so on and so forth, correct? Okay. Once the minute that they have to, excuse me, the minute the minute that they set their business license up to receive their royalty checks, right, and they have to go through a DSP, right, digital service provider like a DistroKids or something. They just gave up their rights in some type of format for somebody else to distribute their music and collect their funds. So now a part of their overall pie is being cut because they have to send it out to these services. But here's the thing, beautiful thing about Web3 and crypto. If you have and build your own community, right? And your community is listening to you and they support you. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. What if you can invest in the first Snoop Dogg album and buy a part of his album via NFT after you fractionalize it? And that record sells 5 million. Then you actually own a part of it. Not only that, Snoop Dogg's will be receiving his funds directly through the transaction that's happening with his peers or his fans or his super fans. And that is the reason why you should love hip hop, crypto. Perfect example. 5 years since Kool Herc legendary set at his sister's party from the Bronx kickstarted hip hop, the world's changed dramatically. Back in the days, labels and radios were gatekeepers for which artists would break. Today, anyone with talent and a cell phone can record music, grow a fan base, build a sustainable career from their bedrooms. But back in the days, they did not have one. A recreation of the original flyer promoting hip hop first ever event. So this is the first ever event. DJ Kool Herc party. School still out, right? Cinco C, Coco, Cindy C, Clark, Tammy T, Kool Herc. Yo. Admission was 25 cents for the ladies, 50 cents for the fellas. Oh my goodness. Oh, you going to a party for 50 cents? Damn. Okay, so I'm curious. If you going to a party for 50 cents, right? How much is the drinks, the sodas, the juices? Because they wasn't popping bottles back then. Or how much was the water, right? I am very curious on that. Fellas, 50 cents for the party. Come to the party. DJ Herc is having it. It's going to be at 1520 Cedric Avenue. You know the tall building. Right next to 1199 and the River Park Towers. You know, right down the street. You know what I'm saying? With all the attention in crypto and NFTs receiving during 2017 and 2021, it is no surprise that numerous rappers have dipped their toes in the space, with some seeking spectacular success. Snoop, Logic, Nas, Ghostface, and Eminem among them. The two most shared a lot in common, from anti-established roots to and entrepreneur spirits to push the envelope with technological innovations. I always say that technology is just a layer of the regular traditional business, or whatever that traditional business technically is. But given the success of rap music and the scene and global stage, does hip hop really even need blockchain and crypto? It is just another way to make money, or is it something deeper, drawn? I don't know why someone would ask this question, because once again, I gave you an example of why it's important. Like right now, Kool Herc is not getting checks from some of the stuff that he has created back in the days, right? What's the difference between this and it being a Mona Lisa? This is a Mona Lisa of hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? This is hip hop history. This is culture. This belongs in a museum, right? This has value to it, right? Some people might have this on their walls, right? They might have this on their wall, right? And it's worth $10 million because it is a form of art. Um, art and culture is very important in our space, and that's what I believe that Web3 is missing a little bit of. Moving on into this topic, because I got a few more things to talk about. I know I've been ranting on today. He's not only the only one most legendary committed rapper, is likely Snoop is seen as many as a ambassador for Web3. He has experimented with NFT, token gated fans experience, once considered transforming Death Row Records into a metaverse label with co-founding Web3 platform. It's an amazing thing with hip hop and what you call it. And speaking of that, guess what, guys? Give me a round of applause. I have dropped my first single on Gala Games. Yes, I did. It is my first single called Girls. I've sold 54 of 100. Please support the cause, support my single. I have some more singles that I'm dropping. But thank you very much. And yes, it is amazing things that are happening in this space. Um, Guys, these are the allowances, so please support. All you got to do is come and just listen, sign up and listen. That's all you got to do is just do a listen. If you want to purchase and you feel supportive of it, then great thing. If you don't, then it is what it is. But this is, like they say, it's the early start of something. I've been producing for a very long time. I have a lot of beats. I have artists that I have produced that I want to put out. And right now, I'm using technology to enhance that. I'm going ready to build a small community on artists, music, producers, and then we're going to just run it up. Moving on. How much gold bar is worth? Now, I talked about this in previous shows about how some of the retail investors are getting, they're moving their money into a different asset, which is gold. And that during that time I was talking about that, gold was trading somewhere at $1,800. And right now it is up. In the past month, went up 227%, 226%, excuse me, $2,300 an ounce. So I'm not telling you financial advice, but there are things that you can do with your money instead of, if you're scared of Web3 and crypto and that's not something that you want to do, and like I said, it's in financial advice, you feel like gold is a more stable situation, then hey, this is what's up, because gold right now went up in 30 days 227%. What type of person does not get into that asset? Please tell me. Moving on. Google fires 28 employees after sit-in protests over controversial project Nimbus contract with Israel. Google's is in Sunnyvale entered Google Cloud CEO Thomas Curran's office. Now, this is what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing at all. Is it right? Is it wrong? I'm not going to say anything. I don't believe war is right whatsoever. That is my stance. People lose, innocent people lose their lives. A lot of the wars that we have seen over the past years is all types of issues. Our people coming back not the same. We established a lot of PTSD. People are coming back. Like, to me, nothing has been positive from war other than the two evils that are gaining, or who are getting the best gains out of this. Because for me, us as human people, we all lose with war. Moving on. This is the last topic for today before we get up out of here. What is trending on Twitter? So today we have 29 trending topics. Ungentlemanly warfare in theaters. In theaters? I'm curious. I don't know what that is. Okay. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare in theaters Friday. I haven't been paying attention to anything that's happening in the space. Oh, and that doesn't count because that was promoted. So, first trending topic. What is Bop? Bop is up 16,000%. Book of Pets of Solana. Oh, yeah? Book of Pets of Solana. Now, my question to people is the ultimate question. My question is, how come this is the first time that I am getting the chance to see? Oh, they got small market caps. Okay, so guys, this is the. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna do it. We're going to do it. I don't know what .lol is. Book of Pets by. Every meme, that's number 2. Every meme coin, every project is not, some of this stuff is trickery. Get your super cards. Some of this stuff is real. Phase 1 community building, launch on Rana, market campaign, Solana Tren, CM listing, launch on Drupal 10,000 holders, release NFT, CX listing 15, Phase 4, next C to be announced of memes. That's 3. They have a Telegram network and they have a, what you call it. So this is also what we're going to do. That logo looks a little like Grand Theft Auto. Tokenomics. You don't never know who's behind these. This is one of the issues that I have, but it's trending. I'm not going to go no deeper than this. I'm not going no deeper. It's $350,000. I was just curious. One follower, 3,000. It's another meme coin. Moving on. I'm not going to get caught up into this. What else? Mew. Memes with what? Mew's World. Look, another one. Cat in the World. Mew. Shout out to my boy David Fung. David has an app that I am going to check out. It is a Telegram bot that gives you everything that's trending. My issue with a lot of this stuff is you don't know what this stuff is. And then you look at it and you get caught and then you just got money. I think personally, if there's something that you want to do, I think that you should narrow it down to something that is real world impact, just specifically for you. Because if you go around and you chasing every coin, right, there's a possibility that 90 or 91% of the coins are a scam or rug pull or goes nowhere, or they use their liquidity to fund their private whatever, their jets or boats or something. A lot of times, a lot of this stuff is not what you actually think it is, and they get you on fear and hype and greed. That's the most important thing, greed. Greed is what kills people every time. That's how you lose most of everything, from greed. On that note, thank you for tuning into Beyond the Blockchain podcast. See you at the same bad time, same bad channel. Peace.
Abstracts on the beat.
Meet up in New York City. I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris.